People say a lot about our democracy.
It's not over. We're going to expect more.
Some say what they know.
Is it that we deceive ourselves or not willing to discuss our differences?
Others say what they think is right.
The political will to effect that law is what we are lacking.
It takes 3 persons to eat 15 naira bread. I disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
My name is Kingsley Wanindawali.
And the program is Democracy in Action on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
I believe in you. Do you believe in me?
Good morning and welcome to Democracy in Action. My name is Kingsley Wanindawali. We're discussing peace, we're discussing violence, we're discussing dialogue. This morning, we will be starting off our discussion with some difference. Can we roll?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jennifer Netima. The words you hear me speak in the next few minutes are not mine, but they are very, very poignant, so do listen. Several years ago, a couple of us, under the auspices of Charles Weber Collection, campaigned vigorously for power to be handed over to the then Vice President, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, because we believe that he was constitutionally qualified to act as president because of the unfortunate ill health of the president then. When he eventually ascended to the venerated office, we made our suggestions on the way forward. We were motivated by altruism rather than selfish gratification. Between then and now, a lot has transpired. Our region began a theater of war, and the worst variant of hate politics became what we are best associated with. Friends and brothers have become enemies instead of political opponents. Homes and hearts have been permanently broken. Human life became short, brutish, and mere statistics. Capital and development took a dive through all our windows. Even our siblings became scared of coming home. Of course, the beneficiaries encouraged them by magnifying the level of our stupidity. Lagos lawyers and property managers became millionaires because we decided to insult ourselves. Our businesses died sudden deaths. It's significant to note that while we danced naked, the only international airport in our region became the worst airport in the world. Very significant, if you ask me. Prostitution and robbery became the only gainful employment for graduates and undergraduates. We deceived ourselves and continued to lie that change will come to give us a new river state. I guess some popular fellow from the north only helped remind us of how vulnerable we've become and wake us from our slumber to the reality of how little and inconsequential we have become. While we call Dr. Goodluck Jonathan names, our region suffered. Right Honorable Chibuike Amaechi, hitherto the darling of Rivers people, became Judas, and His Excellency Nyesom Wike became better known as Wicked and a beneficiary of all kinds of expletives, and our region became killing fields. Even in his dignified silence, Dr. Jonathan was still bothered by some of us. Meanwhile, our elder statesmen either maintained criminal silence or shamelessly took sides while encouraging the bedlam. Many became deaf, dumb, and blind while our region burned. They became modern-day Neros. Well, I think it's time to stop the nonsense. I mean now and not tomorrow. Enough is enough. Let no one be in doubt about my culpability. I do not claim to be faultless, but Paul was once Saul. If anyone thinks he is without sin on this macabre dance, well, it's his business. For me, I think we should all come out from the trenches and accept that it was God who promoted President Jonathan, Right Honorable Chibuike Amaechi, and Governor Nyesom Wike, and they all deserve our understanding and respect. It is time to promote and not demote our own. If they have made mistakes, we must accept them in all their faults, because none of them told us he was God. Dr. Goodluck Jonathan must be allowed to enjoy his retirement if he has decided to. Chibuike Amaechi and Nyesom Wike must be encouraged to bring the dividends of their political profile to River State. This also is applicable to all the main political actors and governors in the region. These gentlemen should be told to go back work. Get Ajip headquarters to Yenagoa, Mobile to Eket, NNPC to Port Harcourt, Chevron to Warri. Let's channel our muscle towards total support to these men until Koko, Port Harcourt, or near Calabar Port become functional again. We must not allow them to rest until Port Harcourt International Airport becomes truly an international aviation hub. If indeed we are greater together, then Governor Wike must be supported to complete the Trans-Amadi Trans-War G roads, ring road projects, and if we really desire a new river state, then Right Honorable Chibuike Amaechi must be supported to deliver on the Port Harcourt International Airport, Calabar Lagos Rail Line, One and Port Harcourt ports should be made functional during his time as Minister of Transportation. This will not stop them from being chieftains of APC and PDP. They really don't need to be friends or love themselves to do business of developing River State. I remain a fiercely loyal supporter of CRA, Change PMB, and APC. My support for them will count for nothing if there is no River State and, of course, the city like no other, PHC. Change means nothing if River State is like Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, or Beirut of the late 80s. And for all the social media warriors, I have only one advice for you. It's called social media, not hate media. Use this platform to create the River State, the Niger Delta of your dream and not a nightmare. Show respect to Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, PhD, GCFR, Right Honorable Chibuike Amaechi, CFR, His Excellency Governor Wike, Nyesom Wike, I beg your pardon. They all are our own. Respect our own and support our own. This, of course, was written by Kingsley.
Somebody, a friend of Ross.
Yes.
You've heard that bit, and it's on that note that we'll be starting this morning's discussion on democracy in action. My guest actually is Jennifer Netima. Jennifer is an on-air personality, one of ours. Yeah, grew up in Port Harcourt, now residing and doing business in Lagos. Jennifer, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Kingsley. It's lovely to be back home.
I'm going to warn you about something.
Yes.
There's some guy in the studio, his name is Ross. So you need to be very careful with him.
Oh, really? He's a sharpshooter, firecracker.
He's just...
We need to question why he's just Ross.
Greener pastures.
What will you call that? Capital flight or brain drain?
You know, this is what Ofen was talking about some weeks ago. You know, the Akosaka people are beginning to sell off their property, you know,
That is sad.
and head into Lagos.
But he just had Ross, Mr. Ross Alabo George. My problem here and my asset too. Mr. Ross, you're welcome to the program.
Pleasure and pain.
Okay, yeah, you did. You warned me.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Yes.
Let's start with you. You grew up in this town.
Yes, I did.
How do you feel?
I'm disappointed.
With
I'm
who?
disappointed with the Port Harcourt I see today. I left Port Harcourt in 2003, so I was an adult before I left. You know, and
Does she fall within the category of people that we're talking about, those who abandoned Port Harcourt?
No, I don't actually, because it hadn't started at that time.
Ross?
It hadn't
I'm still
started
listening to
then.
her story.
Okay, fine. So basically, you know, I was an adult and I had work, and you know, I needed to go somewhere else anyway. This is Nigeria after all, and Nigeria shouldn't just be River State for me.
True.
So I had to travel, and I've been traveling ever since then. But I just settled in Lagos.
Sorry, I have to
finally.
cut in here. Did you hear that an editor with one of the Nigerian papers in Diggs said he's not been to Port Harcourt before?
You're kidding me. There you go.
No, but someone
There you
visited
go.
me from Aba last week, you know, on the business assignment, and that was the person's first time in Port Harcourt.
Wow.
Just-
You see, so it's a good thing I went away.
You are, I think the Port Harcourt old boys kind of overestimate the city. Jennifer, you can
Yes.
go ahead.
Somewhat. Okay. You know, so I've been away. I've been in and out of Port Harcourt. I've been following because I'm from Bielsa State, yes, but Port Harcourt is I grew up here. I was born here, you know, before Bielsa was created. So I always, first of all, I say I'm a Port Harcourt babe before I say I'm a Bielsa woman. You know, that's just my mentality. So Port Harcourt has changed. I think I can get lost now in this town as much as I say I grew up here. There are so many roads I don't know, places I don't know, which is a good thing because that's development. However, on the negative, I get a lot of friends saying it's hard to hang out. You have to be careful, even if it's a broad daylight. It's not about nighttime any longer. A lot of things are going wrong. People get shot randomly, get stabbed randomly, and mostly it's the underlying problem is politics. And I was thinking, how did it happen? When did it happen? Because 2003, before I left, it was the thick of the elections at that time, and it wasn't bad, not like that, but now you hear, I see pictures, social media, and a lot of people are very happy to film what's going on instead of calling for help. Sure. So I want to be the first to send it on social media. Oh yeah, I'll see you, person don't die, then shoot him, then chook him for leg, then chook him for neck, so I look and I'm asking, is this Port Harcourt? How? Is this River State? I don't think so. Something is wrong somewhere. And it's scary because I'm contemplating, okay, it would be nice to come back and relax, you're adult and everything now, and see your old friends and build. But it's scary for me to make that move with what I got. You're alive, But some people would say
I'm here for a long while.
And you're exactly, you've been here for forever.
Ross, deal with it.
You've been here forever and you are staying here forever. But it's hard to get people to say, come back to Port Harcourt. People are leaving in droves, quite frankly, and this write-up about the Lagos lawyers and estate agents making a lot of money. They are making a lot of money from people from this region who don't wish to invest any longer because somebody vexed tomorrow, go come burn my house. So what's the point? The person would say it's my hotel, therefore that's the one they would target because I have a problem with this other person he's supporting, and it doesn't make any sense. And I'm wondering who cooked this food, this meal called stupidity, and who are these people who are happily spooning this stupidity into their mouth? I don't get it.
Yeah, Ross, that's a long one. Things have gotten really bad. You agree? And my problem here, it's we have become, like the Legiwa said several years ago, unshockable. Nothing moves us any longer. Violence has become our second nature. We'll never get to discuss anything. You have a disagreement with somebody, the only way to settle it is through violence. And it's instructive here to note that not too long ago, Song Young Man's destiny was terminated. And I remember growing up, just hospitalizing a student was enough to throw up the whole place in flames. It's not like anybody's advocating for violence. And what I'm saying here is, we have become so deadened that a student is killed during a protest. I don't know what led to it, and it's just one of those things that happen. Maybe like, traffic is heavy at Tumola Junction, and we just move on. Is that the impact of the violence in our society?
One of the songs we grew up listening to,
Eminem or Dre or what?
I'm going to tell you, it's just Tupac.
Is it that's the way it is?
And then you hear about California.
Yeah.
The job. And then the lyrics of the music, to a large extent was about the big life and violence. And then these are people who grew up in the hood. All their lives, all they saw, was violence. So the music, hip hop was very violent at that time. And then you look at the neighborhoods where, hip hop emanated from, from the projects in Brooklyn and so Port Harcourt is becoming something close to that. There were areas of Port Harcourt that were violence. That we always knew were violence, and then you grew up in in town, but the town of yesterday is no longer the town of today.
I never lived in town
now, but like she said, I think you did a wonderful script. That was 95% non-partisan.
Well, to a large extent, I feel very gratified that you're for once you're seeing something nice to say about me.
95% non-partisan.
What happened to the 5%?
The 5% is still under evaluation. Now, and the delivery was superb. So I think that there are some areas that you just need to catch out and then just throw on, air once in a while, because it made so much sense. We've been talking about this, for the past 4 weeks, and the situation is troubling, especially for some of us that have children, in Port Harcourt. And then the child is going to school. Sometimes the thought just comes into your mind, because there's kidnap.
Yes.
There is armed robbery at different levels. There's armed robbery where women are being intimidated, and I think the biggest victims in all of this, I'm sorry to say this, but they're women. These days in Port Harcourt, it's difficult for women to drive flashy cars because you become a target. You drive a Ford Edge, you drive a brand new Toyota Corolla. They spot you with a car, and you become a target.
Sign saying I'm here.
And then the kidnap cases in Port Harcourt these days are no longer planned because it's so easy.
Wow.
They just randomly pick on people. And we're seeing this, and I keep asking the question. There is no society where people do not have the capacity to do violence, but there's something that checks people. It is law enforcement and laws, But here we're seeing a situation where, because the people who are involved and the community is getting so used to it. I like the word, or people are becoming unshockable. We become numb. Just like you said, you see a person dead on social media. It's not just a Port Harcourt thing.
No, it's not.
It's something that is happening, around the country.
You could connect that with even the young man that was killed in Uniport. Because ordinarily, you don't have to live in Port Harcourt to react to that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Now the whole country, nobody's talking about it.
But you see, that is, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not trying to be political here or whatever. The state government has not responded, to the death of that young man. That is sad. I also think that at the national level, at the national level, we've seen things like that where the life of citizens really don't matter. Boko Haram, there was a blast, and I've said this on this show before. 25 people are dead.
And then no face.
We don't even know. We don't know their names.
We don't know their names.
Look at the very sad situation in Agatu, where we will expect the president to visit and then console the families and then make a profound statement from those areas. We've seen Fulani headsmen, and because the president has not weighed in, Fulani headsmen have been emboldened.
Yes.
I'm getting very worried about this word about Fulani headsmen. It's something we need to really be careful about. I get the impression that criminality is beginning to take the gap of Fulani headsmen. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm just speculating because these Fulani headsmen, how do they get access to arms? That should trouble us more.
Yes.
That should really trouble us more. And if the system is not making definitive statements, that should equally trouble us.
There is a big arms market in Nigeria. There is a big arms
market. If you want to get it, you will get it.
If you want arms, you will get it. For the Fulani headsmen, haven't been in the north, some part of my education. I know that Fulani headsmen always carry their guns. Initially, they don't carry arms to kill.
Yes,
they carry arms to protect, more or less from the rustlers. Do you understand?
And the wild animals.
Yeah, there are people who come after, people like meat a lot.
Yes.
Human beings, red Nigerians. So they target the Fulani headsmen, and they manage to take one big cow away. That cow can take over the entire community for a week. So when they do that,
Buguma community.
Okay, you have to go there.
We don't have grazing fields around there.
Just get the
it's more around Yakbo axis. So, but the fact of the matter is that they started carrying the arms to protect themselves, and I think at that time many people did not see it as
it wasn't a big deal.
It wasn't a big deal, because in some sense they had an organization called the Mighty Allah, organization that actually regulated, the activities, and then interfaced with communities when they had issues, and they had rules. You don't go into people's farms and stuff like that. They kept to those kind of rules. There were unwritten rules in the business that
I have a property here in Port Harcourt, very close to my village. I'm actually overlooking for somebody, and then I decided to do some farming in there. It's fenced round. with the gate
Okay.
and padlock. They broke it down.
Yeah.
Wow.
They broke it down to be able to go there to grace.
You're
and you
kidding
see,
me.
You've not even made a statement about that.
I'm making one now.
Okay.
But that's really wrong. For
That's trespass. I mean, you don't do that. That's somebody's private property.
We're talking about something more fundamental than breaking into my gate. But you see, I mean, to a large extent, just tells
It's
the
the
big story.
impunity.
well,
Just
for
the
you,
big story.
farming
They
is
seem to be.
recreational. You see, that's why you probably did not report. It's recreational. It's something you do.
No, why I said
Just
that was that to a
you-
large extent, it tells you the magnitude of what we are
Now, imagine that farm is what the family, it's commercial and sustaining for a particular family. Yours is more or less a hobby. You just want to go there, see how plants grow,
Who said?
feel it. You don't do farming much. It's recreational for you.
No, his fingers are way too soft. Way too
Of
soft.
course, you can see
Now,
that.
I guess this on me now.
Now, imagine a situation where this is a farm, a cassava farm, and this man is planning to harvest in 6 months, or a groundnut farm, and the guy is planning to harvest in 6
cows
months.
go-
Sometimes it's
Grace
planning to invest
there.
in a month or 2
Yeah.
months max, and they come there and destroy everything.
You need to see where cows are grazing. Like they can graze an entire hectare in 1 day, depending on the number of this. And it just wipes off the whole thing this man has worked for.
Yeah.
And so you see that when these people come, they become the farmers become really angry. And in the process of reacting, the farmers are not armed. The
And
Fulani
they
men,
are.
Fulani men. There's always an altercation that comes up, and the Fulani men, to protect their cattle. They can do anything to protect their cattle. And we've seen this happen in Nigeria too much, and it's becoming, this whole idea of killing. They've killed 20 people here, 2 people.
That's actually the point. Too many people are killed that we don't even bother, and
We
they
don't.
become statistics.
In the 90s, in 1998, just this recent, when a white
How old
guy
were you
is
then?
kidnapped.
How old were you then?
Let me make the point. when an oil worker is kidnapped,
Yeah,
it becomes news.
it was all over.
Yes, but no. Okay, so
Nobody.
no, they begin to ask where you come from. That's where you come from. That's what we want to know now.
And then Nigerians are praying and appealing. This guy should be released. Family should be released. The church is intervening, praying. But now is becoming like part of our life.
Yeah.
So just shrug and just move on.
Yeah, it's a discussion. Someone has been kidnapped. Hey, person don't hammer. That's what you get, and people talk
And
about
it's becoming
it.
a becoming a big business.
Now I'm getting very worried
It
about
is.
your.
No, but it's true.
No,
That's
the
what
way you
people.
went about it. Something tells me that you two have found yourself in that mode.
It's becoming the kidnap business is worth billions.
Yes,
In
it
Lagos and Port Harcourt, kidnapping is big business.
Yeah, it's very lucrative.
They're making
Sadly.
billions in Port Harcourt and Lagos. About 100 people get kidnapped every month, if not more. But
And a
it's
lot of them don't say anything about it. They just quietly go
Yeah.
negotiate pay, and you don't
Fantastic.
hear anything about it.
fantastic. And the key problem with this is that the Nigerian police is not giving us statistics. And some people have lost faith in the police, and some don't even report to the police.
But we're a society of we don't keep data anyway. It's not just the police; it's a general thing. We're just not that way. We don't know how to keep records.
We need to look to me like you had a discussion with Mr. Ross before you came here.
No,
You're talking about data. That's what I'm saying.
we don't keep data. We just carry on. You go to some
Because-
offices.
because
what
the-
do you
the
know
point
about
here, the
this?
point we're trying to
That is where it
here
makes
is-
sense.
is that
Information.
we have so deadened our system that nothing really shocks us any longer, beyond the fact that we don't discuss issues. Now we've gotten to the level when violence is taking preeminence in everything that we do. Somebody takes your girlfriend and you arrange for the person to be killed.
Yes.
There was some
And that's
guy
just a
from
girlfriend, not a
a
wife.
community in my one of the villages in my kingdom. Young chap. This guy was reporting for his NYSC. Obogoro here, and then a female friend of his with 2 guys from the village. They're not indigenous, but they were born there, grew up there.
Okay.
Followed him all the way to Rumokoro, and that was where he was kidnapped, and eventually taken to Obibo, where they collected some money from the father, and ended up killing him, burying him. When the state security services eventually caught up with them, and they took them to where they buried this guy, apparently in a shallow grave or something.
Yeah.
There was no trace of him any longer. He's fundamentally dissolved, and that's the end of the history of that young man. And society is just moving on. What will propel somebody, no matter the level of disagreement you have with the person, for you to terminate his life?
Yeah.
And I guess that it's even affecting society so much so that even those who are supposed to protect us threaten you with, I will kill you, I will shoot you, nothing will happen.
Oh yes. Oh, that happened to me.
That's the only reason why, because the story I hear about the Uniport thing was that the conventional police came, so that it was normal students in their normal thing, just ranting and voicing their grievances, and they left. The soldiers came, noticed that there was same thing and all of that. Apparently, yeah, they obstructed traffic for a while. They came there and then they left. Then the SARS people came. Boom.
Those SARS guys are thugs.
Wow.
You know, I'll say that again. The special anti-robbery squad in Rivers State, they're a bunch of thugs, and the way they have conducted themselves in the elections, and you can see in just riot that took place, and it just shows that they're a bunch of untrained people. You don't shoot sporadically, not even caring. Before this program, someone said when there's what they call anti-riot squad.
Yes.
Anti-riot squad, they are trained. Anti-riot is different from anti-robbery.
That was what the mobile police was before.
Exactly.
Very physically trained.
Yes.
Very physically trained. They mostly come there with batons and shields and all of that, and tear gas, pepper gas, what we know as tear gas and all of that, and they're able to disperse any riotous crowd.
Yeah.
That was all they needed, tear gas.
That's all.
To disperse.
Why would you go and confront students with
now,
a gun?
We have
bullets.
so much robbery cases taking place in Port Harcourt. We don't hear of the armed robbers getting killed. We rather hear of citizens getting killed. We've seen the way SARS have conducted themselves in the past weeks, leading to the elections. It's just sad. It's politicians from both parties hiring them as if they were commercial.
So security has become politicized as well.
Yeah,
that's
and that is a major problem.
Democratization of violence. Is that what we're facing, Mr. Ross?
I think that the issue, like Jerry Rollins, I was listening to one of Jerry Rollins' clips yesterday. They said that society has lost value for truth. And he said, take two people to the courts and give them a Bible to swear, give the other one a Quran to swear. They will carry those two things and still tell the lie.
Yeah.
But he said he was given an instance in Ghana. He said two people were given, they were roommates, something happened, but they told them that they were taking them to the village. The moment they got to their village shrine, the guy that stole told the
Confessing.
So the absence of consequence is what has led us to this point. And I've made this, I've said this on this show before, that before 1960, armed robbery was rare in Nigeria because we had strong traditional institutions and we had the colonial masters who were firm. So both ways, you will be dealt with. But after they handed over power to the rule to Nigerians, we started seeing that via democracy and via military rule, we started killing, and breaking tradition. And so because the value system really, the African value system is actually traditional, is actually traditional. We've lost that. And the religious organization that should take the place, that is gradually replacing that traditional is not doing enough.
Yeah.
So we've seen a society that has lost values.
So we're another Paul, no Saul.
We're 50-50. And the Bible says, like I said in Revelation 3:16.
Revelation 13:16 or 3:16? 13:16.
If you're neither cold nor hot, I will spit you out of my mouth. So we are in that kind of situation where society...
we've been spat out, pretty much.
While floating.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Should we continue like this? Or how long can we go?
Obviously not.
What's the way out?
Not. Quite frankly,
do we
violence.
take the solution to be just get into your room, put your things in your bag, get into the aircraft
and zoom out? Where are you going to go to? Quite frankly, there is violence in Lagos as well.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, there is. So where will you run to?
The White House, there's
nowhere to run to. If you want to leave the country and say you're going to the UK, hello, ISIS, or you're going to America. Oh, drive-by shootings. So what are we talking about? There's violence everywhere. And we cannot continue to run away. We have to fix it somehow. Sure. And someone mentioned something on Facebook about how much we talk and talk and talk, and we've been talking and talking. Well, guess what?
I know the person that said that I can give the information for free. Some guy called Doro.
We have to continue because he's tired. I can understand his frustration, though. I can actually understand his frustration.
Yeah.
But you don't stop talking because you feel no one's listening.
True.
You keep at it. You keep at it. What I believe is voices will keep coming together. Voices will keep coming together. Now, yes, I know the guns. The report from a gun is loud and everything, but eventually, the voices of the people can drown out those other negative sounds coming from our guns and our bazookas and our grenades or whatever they use these days, So I think that we should, as a people, and now somebody would say, oh, here you go again, talking about forming a forum. Now today, how many forums they don't form? Well, guess what? You have to keep at it. Keep at it. If it means forming another one and coming up with a paper, this is what get signatures all around. I'm actually advocating for something about where you go round River State and take signatures of people saying, we want peace. We want it. We are tired. And go and petition your state governor. Take that. Go to the IG of police. Go and petition him. Take it to the presidency. Take it to your representatives in the different house. Take it everywhere and say, we are tired. So how many people live in River State, for instance, now? If you can get how many signatures, these are things that happen abroad. We can try that here as well. That's one way. I think we can do it. Logistics, well, it can be sorted out. If people say, yes, we want to get this done, then we can get it done. Because you're fighting and it affects me. Okay, now I'm saying enough of it. It's either you're moving out of my vicinity or something just has to give.
More like I'm not going to move for you. You will move. If you
exactly. You need to move. Because
the program is Democracy in Action. My guest this morning, Jennifer Netima, an old Port Harcourt babe, and Ross Alabo George, a young Port Harcourt boy. You can join the discussion on violence, dialogue, peace in our time, and give us our Port Harcourt back. You can join the discussion by calling on 0815-959-51951, 0815-5951951, 0817-00000951, 0817-00000951, 0810-951-9510-951, 0810-951-0951, or send your text messages to 0701-933-9962. Hello, good morning. Yeah, welcome to Democracy in Action. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Well, my name is Iworongo. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Yeah, your contribution or question, please, quickly.
My contribution, I listened to the dialogue, and it was fantastic. How I wish it can be reheard again. But having said that, let me say that the message is simple. And what is the message? That is what I've been telling everybody. As much platforms that I have to talk to people, I tell them that those of us who are not within the political party, those of us who have tried as much as we can to refrain ourselves from affiliating with one political party or the other, and who by one reason of blood relationship or whatever are close to these brothers and sisters who are in politics, we should be able to tell them that it is not every time, it is not in every case that you're going to bring out your political meaning. Every little thing that happens in this politics, every little thing. In fact, I am doubting if some people have not started putting policies between their wives or even on both. Oh, yeah. It has become important that in order for us to practice the democracy in this part of the world, we need to start knowing, putting a boundary between when politics should come in and when politics should not be there. Therefore, we should focus as stakeholders in River State. Every individual citizen of River State is a stakeholder. You must not be a governor before you be a stakeholder. All of us are stakeholders, and especially those of us who are educated, we should be able to talk to our people who are not that much educated as we, and even those who are educated that are in politics, that there is something that is above all the names, all the business, the government, the senator, and that thing is the state. That is where we are born into. We are first Rivers people before we became politicians. Let us not fight every day and forget that Rivers State should be there at our mind. Amechi is minister. Let him focus on how he can bring development to Rivers State. Let the governor maintain his position and see how he can develop Rivers State. Whoever that is at one aim of our pay or the other, in whichever strata of government, should focus more on how to develop Rivers State and not how to divide us, and not how to make the state ungovernable for people, and not how to keep kidnapping people every day. Those who are kidnapping, people are making cases for them that is because of unemployment and rest of it. Why is everybody not kidnapping if it is because of unemployment? Who is actually employed in this country? So I think that what is important at this moment is that we should pursue segregation, any act at all that will segregate us, that will divide us, and that will keep our state in a place, in a point that investors cannot come in to invest, that will create these jobs that we are saying that is not there. If you don't allow people to be in your place, how can people come there to come and invest their money? Our president just went to China. If China was not peaceful, would he go there? He wouldn't go. It is therefore a simple arithmetic to say that for that.
Sorry, I just wish I had to let you go on and on and on, because every single thing that you said there made a whole lot of sense. And I'm sure everybody here was just nodding away. Yeah. Thank you for your contribution. I just hope that you will take it beyond calling in, but doing your own bit in your own little corner. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to Democracy in Action. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I am James. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
James?
Yes.
Son of Zabidi or James, brother of John? Which one?
No. I just want to lend my voice on this very program. It's an interesting program.
Thank you.
See how we can give us step forward. Try to see how we can put ourselves together in the midst of trouble. I really enjoyed the contribution of your guests in the studio there. But
you mean the lady, right?
Both the lady and the
nah.
Let me not be partial. So that is something that one of the guests said that I don't know how the security will take it when you were referring to the SARS as a bunch of cows. I think to me he said this has, though they have not done enough. We noticed some lapses in terms of person the way they conduct themselves in some situations, but we shouldn't refer to them like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I guess that was an emotional statement, and the person who made that call is a gentleman and a responsible one for that matter. Sometimes some things happen, they really break your heart, and then you say some things that not really what ordinarily you would say, but if looking at within the context, we understand your contribution. Thank you very much. Hello? Yes, your name, where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm Onyebuchi Osokri. I'm calling from Opadi.
Okay. Please make it snappy. Thank you very much.
Opadi is in Omega.
Yeah. A killing field, I know.
Yeah. So this problem in Omega started somehow in Opadi.
Okay.
So the security agents, they underrated their services there. They just come, they go. They are not standby to fight the crime. So the thing has grown out of hand, where they asked the Nigerian police, they could not do anything, even River State government. We are just dying. And as I'm calling you now, nobody is resisting, nobody is living at Obagi now. And even the oil companies, they are not helping matters. Please, I'm calling on the state government and the federal government to come to our aid, because we are contributing to the nation. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess that's just symptomatic of what we're talking about. Ross and I, for the past couple of weeks, we've been discussing peace, violence in the state and all that. You know, what is happening in Omoko, it's a scandal. That's on Elgai.
I actually thought it was embellished. I've heard about it, and I just thought it was embellished.
It's a major scandal, and it just tells you how much you have come to accept violence as part of our everyday life. Because in River State here, we have people from Onelga who are refugees in schools and all of that. So you don't even talk about IDPs in River State. Yes, there are a lot of them from that region who stay around this east-west or the east-west road axis, and nobody's talking about them because for them it's just one of those things. How long are we going to continue like behaving as if human beings don't count any longer? Is that another way of checking our population? Ross?
See, people talk about a peaceful River State. For me, the word peace, I always say is complicated because I can be at peace in a state of war. All right, what the government owe the citizens is security. And it's not a big deal. Do you understand? I keep saying it. In America, you have the highest gun violence rate in the world.
And South Africa too.
In South Africa, in America, over 300 people get killed. South
Africa, yeah.
Every day.
Why do you keep it in America? You're not talking of South Africa.
I'm talking of where statistics is really strong. Now, how well you're able to respond to threat, okay, and how proactive you are makes your security network stronger, and how well you're able to respond to the incident itself. But in Nigeria, what we do is that we respond to the incidents. Intelligence is so weak. The DSS is busy looking for politicians to arrest. The Nigerian police force is waiting for election day. The army is in the barracks. The Nigerian army is not supposed to be. We understand they don't have civil duties in terms of being law enforcement and stuff like that. But there are areas that have become areas like Obagi. People have declared war on the people. And so there's no reason why the Nigerian army cannot have a peacekeeping force.
I'm sorry, who's declared war on the people?
The criminals. In those areas who by way of conflicts, maybe tribal conflicts, land conflict and stuff like
economic and political.
Okay. They've made the place uninhabitable, just like he said. They come, they shoot, they kill, and people get scared and people run away. So why can't we have a peacekeeping JTF?
Yes.
You man them. On the Oluobasanjo Road, there've been a whole lot of criminal activities in 2015, and then the military sent an APC van. A kind of what do they call the stuff? An APC van,
AMRAX,
anti whatever gun tank or whatever, a tank. They dropped a tank on the Oluobasanjo Road. From the day they dropped that tank till the end of 2015, there was no robbery on the Oluobasanjo Road. The moment the tank left, the next week, robbery started on the Oluobasanjo Road. And because there are a whole lot of concentration of banks on that road, Lagos State is doing so much. Lagos is putting so much money, and I know in River State the state governor is also trying, is putting in so much funds. But I think that there has to be a whole lot of synergy. In Lagos, the synergy is better. You have the military, you have the DSS, you have maybe because it's an APC state and they run the federal level, so they can network at that level.
We're going to end up this discussion without saying that.
About it being an APC
don't bother about it. There was no way he was going to make a statement without saying that.
Just like your
it's a political will to do something. If you want to do it, you will get it done, regardless of which party you're from.
That's the problem that we're having. The political will has been corrupted by the politics. So if a governor, for instance, it's an issue of trust.
But a governor's a human being and he sees all of this.
I understand.
So why shouldn't he or she?
It's an issue of trust. If the governor of River State today, in all honesty, requires that he needs more security, more police officers and stuff like that, the opposition within the state, the problem with River State is not from outside the state. The problem with River State is within the state. The opposition will petition and say, come on, no, we don't need that much security in River State. He's bringing them in for political reasons.
Well, go ahead and get it done. They will protest. They will do that.
It now becomes a fight.
Listen and move on and get it done.
It now becomes a fight between the pros and the cons.
No, but you see, that's the thing. I'm at the helm of affairs. The opposition is on the other side. And I'm looking at security, right, which is something that the people need.
Yeah.
But the opposition is saying, oh, no, you're spending too much money. I will not listen to the opposition.
But you don't
I
have
will
the power.
get things done.
You don't have the power as governor over the security agencies, not on security agencies.
Why
As
don't
governor,
you wait,
you
why
don't even
you
have
wait
powers
till when
over
you
the
make
civil
that
defense.
request
Yes.
and the request is turned down? Then you get to tell Rivers people or the
I
Bayelsa
tried.
people, say,
I
look,
tried
I'm
and I
trying
was
to do
told
this, but the
no.
federal government is frustrating me.
But you've seen
Yes.
what's happening in Rivers State, that they keep changing the commissioner of police in Rivers State almost every 8 weeks.
And interestingly,
it
let's
doesn't help.
Drawing from
No,
what you said,
I'm
about-
not sure you're correct on that, because the last commissioner of police, the position we have in Rivers State, has been here for a while.
Well, maybe because of the elections, but we know that the Rivers State in the past
No,
2 years,
that's
in the past 2 years, we've
under PDP
had
government.
in the past
It's
2 years,
had-
in the past 2 years, we've had
Yeah.
over 4 commissioners of police, and that is why it is necessary that. To get the structure right, we need to look at our constitution again. There's no reason, just like you said, there's no reason why the governor should not have, some authority over the security in this state. He's the chief security officer,
Yeah.
but he does not control the police. He does not
So
control
it's
the
like
civil
a rubber
defense.
stamp.
He doesn't even have a Boy Scout.
What can I call you? Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir. This is Jonah calling, sir. Am I on to 95.1?
Yeah. What's your name, you want?
My name
His
is
name
Jonah.
is Jonah.
Jonah. What about Jonah? I think it was Jonah.
The whale.
Nineveh.
The whale.
Nineveh, yes.
Yeah. Well, how was your journey into the estate
In the belly of the whale.
Just okay, but it's not that Jonah of this, sir.
Okay.
That is something I'm enjoying your program. What
Thank
you
you.
are doing there.
Thank you.
So that my own little contribution is that what is happening in this country today, the people in that studio there, the people believe that Nigeria will change by talking.
Actually, yes, I believe it's possible.
Going to talk to different, talk to NGOs, talk to people.
Yes.
Do people believe in that?
Yes, I do. Personally, I'm speaking for myself. Yes, I do. It's something that can happen. It will take a longer time, but it's possible.
And I'm not seeing it coming, because even the younger generation, even the more younger generation, like one of your colleagues there was talking about these facts.
Mm-hmm.
You see, are people aware those people that are carrying market now?
Well, you're telling us. We have no way of confirming yet, but we've heard that.
No, you
from you.
should go. Now you should try and be making one or two this thing for yourself, because they're now carrying market. If you see what these people are doing, they are not even. I don't know what to say, but to me, I'm not seeing this thing as maybe a kind of something you go, you talk to this person. We are repeating, we are doing the same thing and expecting different results. The kind of country we are today, what's happening in Donny local government today, it's not ghost, according to Google Jonathan said, the Boko Haram, they are not coming from heaven. They are still between among us. Why is it that, the question we should be asking, why is it that our fellow brothers, sisters who know these people that are causing this problem cannot say, okay, say, this particular young man, he is my brother. They will be hiding him, and he said, you're going to talk to such kind of, he will be just laughing at you.
Okay, Jenna, I can hear the frustration in your voice. Okay, I can hear it. Now, if I were, you don't know what I look like, so I'm a woman, obviously. So if I were to approach you and say, look, I have a flyer, I'm taking signatures from different people who are saying that enough is enough, we want peace in River State, would you sign it?
It's gone.
He's gone. We've lost him.
Whatever.
What you think about that?
He's listening. Obina.
Well, I think let's start from the very beginning, because
let's start from how was your dad's funeral?
Well, the funeral went well.
Oh my goodness.
You're looking executive now. What's the nexus between your dad's death, burial, and your new?
Are you suggesting that he has manipulated the wheel?
No, not really. First of all, I'm from a royal family, so
he does have a very big smile on his face.
It has.
What I'm saying here is that there's something about you. I mean, don't let Ross go and kill his father.
Okay, well, the truth is,
you're glowing so much.
Well, it's the end of one chapter and another
he
chapter
doesn't look
begins.
bereaved
at all.
Well, for me, I think, and I've always been a strong advocate of the media doing the needful. Mm-hmm. Now, I asked the question yesterday: who governs Nigeria? And I looked at various various categories of people and industries, and I want to harp on the media, because I feel that the reason Nigeria has died to conscience is because our media died to conscience.
Yes.
We talked about some time ago, even during the military era, when we had some media houses that, grew. I can't use this word on air now, but they grew what they grew, okay? and they stood their grounds even when the military were misbehaving, and we saw the revolution in Nigeria. We talked about the great heroes of times past, the Aolos and the rest of them. These were all media men, okay, and they stood for an agenda. They pushed the agenda, and they saw the agenda become a reality. Now let's look at the Nigeria of today, where the biggest media houses in Nigeria talk about the latest line of fashion. I'm not saying it's not good to talk about that, but if media is a tool for change, all right, and there is a government that is promising us change, why don't we key in? Because that is our primary objective, right, to change the society where we're living for the best. I don't think it's for the good, for the better, for the best. Now, if you look at Nigeria today, look at River State. Someone was shot in Port Harcourt, the University of Port Harcourt. How many media houses have delved into this issue well that, I mean, we tend to understand what the truth is? Now, we had the VC of University of Port Harcourt called on one of the shows, and he kept saying that no school fees, no exams, and the presenter couldn't even
take him up on
that. I mean, that is not. If you look at the current situation of the country, you shouldn't be making such demands.
Yes.
If you claim to be someone who's going to impact knowledge that will change the lives of individuals, so I feel that the media in Nigeria have raped us. Okay. I'm a media personnel, and I'm saying this with all sincerity, and I'm sure
I totally agree.
She agrees with me, and I think that until we wake up to
because they own the media.
Because they own the media.
That's the thing.
The politicians,
they own the media.
They own the media. Anyway. And here's the thing about being in the media. You go out to cover a story, and you come back with your report, and your boss calls you and tells you, that's not going to happen. Now, do you go against your conscience and say, kill, or do you follow your conscience? Follow your conscience, no pay. That means you've lost your job. You're back in the job market. You have a family depending on you.
Take a report to social media.
You take it to social media.
Where there are no rules.
Where there are no rules.
And the government is not even there to protect you.
No, the government will not protect you. Or you will become your case. That's the way it always is.
So when you look at everything, I still believe that until the media will come up. For example, let's go to Lagos now. I'm a Lagosian, and thank God you know what I'm talking about. So she's going to corroborate my story.
Music,
now in Lagos,
we don't talk.
You'll be surprised that we talk more politics in River State than in Lagos State.
Yes.
You will be surprised.
Yes.
No, I won't be surprised because what I know is that in Port Harcourt here at least, what we discuss from AM to PM, it's politics.
Because that's the source of
pretty much everything.
Funds.
That's the economy has been so modern that everybody's looking up to government.
I was relocated my office to somewhere else in the city, and one thing is clear, that companies are shutting down. It's a national phenomenon.
People
are letting go.
The bracket of companies that have been caught up in this web are, startups. Companies that are less than 3 years, 4 years old. That is happening, and we're seeing that the only companies that are surviving are companies that have government patronage, and so the politics for them is important.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hello.
I thought we had someone there. Okay. So I was saying that I agree with you totally. The media, we have failed. We should hide our heads in the sand because we just carry on about music and stuff. I think we have somebody on the line.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, we've lost that person again.
Okay.
We carry on about mundane things. Oh, who's wearing what? Oh, have you seen Kim Kardashian the other day? Oh, that's,
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Ken. I'm calling from Air Force.
You're calling from?
Air Force, sir.
Air Force, okay.
Your
contribution, please. Yeah, your contribution or question, please.
Yes, you people have finally got the solution of all this you are saying.
Yippee.
We put the blame on media. They have gone too far to produce stories which they do not investigate. Or when you see media houses, presses, journalists, you see where they even at the gunpoint people are shooting. You see them covering the incident happening. But yeah, you cannot see them. They're just staying in their office in Lagos Ibadan Expressway and concoct story and send to people to back. So this is where all the problem lies to. And the foundation of Nigeria
Nigeria is built in the wrong foundation. So that has been our problem from 1960s to the day.
All right, thank you.
We cannot continue with them. Thank you.
Media.
Hello.
Back to the media.
Hello. Hello. Good morning. Yeah, can you speak up a bit, please?
Suleiman on the line.
Sorry?
Suleiman.
Suleiman on the line.
Okay, your question or contribution, please.
Something I want to tell you that happened at just yesterday. I want to tell you this story.
So, Suleiman, you have to call back. We can barely hear you.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Indivisi from Mulubeche, live and direct.
Okay. Now you're calling
I
us.
want to contribute to your comment this morning.
Feel free, I'll make it snappy, please. We're running out of time.
And my contribution is if our leaders stop seeing the poor ones as a slave. Because in this country now, everybody is suffering. Let our leaders know what to do. Make everybody to know that every Nigerian citizen will be regarded.
Thank you.
If they start doing like that, they will see that things will change. If they start know that every Nigerian citizen will be regarded in this life as Americans, you cannot play with American citizens. If you kill one American citizen in this Nigeria today, America will call reinforcement. They will not play with their citizens. So
Thank you. We're running out of time there. Sorry. On that note, what you're saying, what we're saying is that we should place a lot of premium on the lives of Nigerian people, the Rivers people. We shouldn't see them as just mere statistics. Jennifer, it was nice having you around. Your last word?
It was lovely being here, and I think we should actually look at this a little bit more, going about to get signatories to this peace thing. Let's brainstorm.
Let's give peace a chance.
Let's do that.
Mr. Ross.
Let's do that.
5 seconds.
5 seconds is already gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the truth of the matter is that
Go ahead.
the value system, we need to reconfigure our value system. We need the traditional institutions to begin to intervene in these issues, because everybody comes from a home, everybody comes from a village. The family has a role to play. We're seeing a situation where even the Northerners are beginning to accept that their family system has failed, and that's why we have the Boko Haram and all of that. So in River State, we should also admit that the family system has failed. And so from the traditional and the family level, we should also begin to think about how we reconfigure.
Thank you, guys. Jennifer, thanks a lot. We'll look forward to having you on this program some other time.
It'll be lovely.
If she agrees to come in from Lagos.
Mr. Ross, thanks. Those of us who are out there, we've agreed on one thing. We need to speak out. We need to do that which is right. We need to look straight into the eyes of government and authority and tell them that we need protection. We want peace in our time. You have a wonderful afternoon. God bless you. My name is Kingsley Wanenda Wali, the program Democracy in Action. See you same time, same station next week. God bless you. Bye-bye.